Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball, waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball, waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
Yo, that thing was spicy like Sprite. What's going on, people? Famous Samuel of level1gaming.com, and congratulations, you guys are leveled up. This is the Level 1 Gaming Podcast. We did not have a show last week, so yes, we're going to backtrack and rehash because I'm telling you, Nintendo has pulled a done metric, and they're letting you know if your broke arse cannot afford a Switch 2, we got a console for you, and it's the Nintendo Switch. Xbox is saying, hey, we got a showcase coming out in June. It will not be live. It's going to be pre-recorded. It's going to be like an in-studio thing. So obviously, you know, all the PlayStation fans are excited to see what Xbox games are coming to PlayStation next. Also, there's a sequel to a game that's getting ready to drop, and it's going to be exclusive to a console, which a lot of people did not see coming. But first, in the chat, I see Drake Williams says, God bless the Level 1 family. What's happening with you, Drake? Williams, appreciate you always coming through and rocking with us. Legendary Yobi says, let's go. Legendary Yobi is also a channel member, showing that love to Level 1 Gaming. Nisa Howell is in the building. They say hello. Also a channel member of Level 1 Gaming. Listen, as you guys know, hitting that like button is free 99. It don't cost you nothing. It's a finger press, okay? Nelly F is in the building, says, what's up, guys? Woo! Also a member of the Level 1 Gaming family. I appreciate you. Listen, again, that like button is free 99. It don't cost you a thing but a finger press. Hope your thumbs is in working order. This ain't Twitch. Subscribing is also free. It helps us out a whole bunch. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Now, if you want to throw us a little bit of moolah and support us and help us go to these events that we be going to, the GDCs of the world and the PAXs of the world, so we come out with these interviews and we could continue to grow, please consider becoming a channel member, as it is one of the easiest ways you can help us. We do have multiple tiers. Then, as you guys know, when you become a channel member, you can always go in and remind Des that in this picture, she looks like a chicken. Last but not least, if you really wanted to read out your chat, if you really think something dope happened inside the show, please consider sending a super chat. We're gonna get started with the introductions because we got some topics to hit to and some stuff to talk about. So first up, my right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hardest bars. What's going on, sis?
I missed y'all. Let's just get into it because I know we got a lot to talk about. But I missed y'all. I love y'all. I'm glad to be back. I missed you too, Yobi.
Next up, I didn't expect him to be here. However, if your emails is popping and your DMs is full, that's us communication director Level 1 trying to get a hold of you, baby. Baron J67, what's going on, Chief?
Stop it.
Is you cool?
Yeah, my bad. It's been so long since I've podcasted, man. What has it been, like a month? It's been a while, right? No,
no,
weren't you on the week before?
He was on last week.
Last week.
Oh, not last week. Week before last. Week before last.
Yeah. Well, I'm back, and we want your money. So please, subscribe, memberships, Patreon. We take Zelle, Venmo, snail mail. We don't got a PO box yet, but if y'all pay enough, we'll get that set up. We definitely need all the financial help we can get. Help keep these lights on, and we appreciate those who are helping us financially. Much love. Appreciate you guys. Glad to be back. Let's talk about Nintendo working hard to be the PS3.
Next up, one of the hardest working women in the being naive. Des, what's going on, sis?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to be here. A little tired. I'm sorry, my energy is low because I'm tired.
You sound like it. You sound like this.
It's just so great to be here. You guys are awesome.
I love you guys.
She's seducing us.
It just sounds like you don't want me to be here. Shut up.
Anyway, this is the Des I know.
What?
That's wild. They literally just told you sound like sexy Michael Jackson.
Why Michael Jackson?
That is a wild combination. He got like three sisters. He got like three sisters you could have used.
That's the voice that you did.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Unpack that.
Like, imagine handsome Squidward, but skinny
good.
and Michael Jackson. Like, that's what popped up in my head. Listen,
that's what we're unpacking. So take a step back. Michael Jackson has at least three sisters we could have mentioned.
No.
Name
LaToya, Janet, and what was the other one's name? Or was it only two? No, I thought there was another sister.
I only know two. I thought there was name. I don't know the third one.
Yeah, I thought there was a third one. But beside the point.
Tito.
Wow. His mom,
all I'm hearing is that you think I sound like a man, and I am offended.
No, Des. A sexy man.
A sexy man. Clarify. We need to clear that up.
Difference. LaToya. Thank you, Ender.
Oh, yeah, that's
we are not pausing right now. I refuse.
No, you're gonna live in this
because the voice that you did. Imitating her sounded like that's what you was going for. You sounded like a person trying to do a Michael Jackson impression, but also trying to seduce somebody.
Well,
A 2-pack of ass.
No audio.
There's
Do
audio.
we have
for
audio
that.
again? There's audio
Should
for
have
that.
audio. Should have audio.
What is happening with us today?
Oh, there was
OBS
audio.
Y'all
wants
gotta
me
let
to
us know.
update.
There was definitely audio for that.
Chat say we
Yeah.
muted. Let us know, chat.
So y'all just hearing soundboard. No
We have
people.
audio. I don't know if y'all heard us saying big thank you to Drake Williams for becoming a channel member. We appreciate the love and support and helping us. A 2-pack, eh? Yeah, they heard that for sure. For sure. But it wouldn't be a
2-pack.
show without issues. We got 2 more guests to introduce. B, I gotta let you introduce our next 2 guests.
Let's hope OBS stays stable because we are not stable today.
All right. Hey guys. So we actually have the founder and co-founder and co-creator, correct, of the illustrious Fear Zine magazine, which of course I got the first 2 issues here. And because I was cool enough and I ordered the proper tier to get my enamel pen.
Let me make it big.
Yeah, hold on.
Light it.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
See,
it's
the
fire.
lighting. There you go. Is that it?
What is it? I
It's
can't-
it's an enamel pen of Nemesis.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yes. I'm trying to get the
That's
right
cool.
angle. Excuse my
It's
rusty
just
knuckles.
because it was blurry that I couldn't.
Yeah, I
like-
know. I'm trying to like get the right angle. But yes, co-founder and co-creator of Fear Zine magazine, Dan, the legendary Dan. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up? Welcome to me. Hey,
Hey.
Level 1 fam. What's up, guys? It's been a while.
So it's been a while, but give the folks one horror game, indie game that people should be looking out for in the next couple months. I'm putting you on the spot.
Ooh,
Yeah.
next couple months is the tough one. I'm gonna go with Heartworm
Ooh,
by
that does.
Vincent Aldofini. That should be coming out sometime this summer, and it's
snaps.
definitely ringing some bells and check marks with horror fans.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Heartworm. Now moving on to our next guest, and we'll be talking more about Fear Zine magazine towards the end of the show. And we have the head, the lead of the outerhaven.net. And he's muted. So we're gonna quickly go to him.
Nope, I was just trying to save my voice because I'm dying here. But thank
Oh, yeah, yes.
What up?
you. It's
I know
the
you
thing
people.
where you have kids and a wife, and one of them gets sick, and then they get better, and then you get sick, and then you get better, and then the next person gets sick, and it's like, could you just stop getting sick, please?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Nope.
So
That exactly. No, Dad.
There's definitely a sick
All
cycle.
right.
So I gotta ask, guys. This is the big question of the day, right? Of the week, of the last 2 weeks since the announcement. Starting with Dallas, are you buying the Nintendo Switch 2?
Eventually.
Next, okay, Dan, are you buying the Nintendo
Wait.
Switch?
Hold on. We
No,
I mean,
because this is to set the pace. No, this is to set the pace. And then
Yeah.
I'll let you do your thing, just so everybody can know. We're gonna hold people. We're gonna be honest today, because we're gonna talk a lot of crap. We are gonna talk a lot of crap. There's a lot of crap that's gonna be talked about what Nintendo is doing.
we setting the record right now. So Dallas said
setting it
no.
straight.
Dan,
Yes.
Okay, Fane,
no,
Hugger,
No.
not day one at
Yes.
least.
Okay, so is the question: are we buying it when it first comes out?
Okay,
Or-
let's
Or
break.
United in general.
Yeah,
Okay, are you?
That's
No,
important to me
no. Are
because-
we buying it in general? Let's go with that, because you're
Yeah,
talking to a guy who
because
missed quite a
I'll
few
probably
Nintendo
buy it.
generations.
yeah, I'll probably buy it for like collectors. Do you know what I mean? Like when they come
No,
out
that's
with like a.
look. You explain too much. We'll get there.
Okay, all right.
Keith,
I'm absolutely going to eventually.
Dallas, too many words. Too many words. Keith.
I got no choice but to get it. Come on now.
Okay, Hugger.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, well, like down the road, I want the final form.
Ah,
You know?
too many words.
I wonder if I know why
Baron?
Keith has to get it.
No.
Okay. So now we're about to get into okay.
Yes.
God.
The price
Huh?
of the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, here we go.
is $450, $500.
If you live out in the US.
Depending on if you are getting it with Mario Kart World, you get it for it's going to be $500 because Mario Kart World digitally it's going to be I guess a deal because Mario Kart World is $80 digitally, physical $90. Right now, I'm not getting into politics. We're not touching politics because that's a slippery slope that I don't want to go down on this podcast. Right, but from what we're hearing, a lot of this has to do with certain tariffs that are happening back and forth, whether they are or are not going to be, right? And I'm here to tell you right now, when it comes to at least the games being $80, I don't want to hear a damn word about a tariff because that's where gaming has been going for a while. Everyone accepted $70 like it was nothing that said cool. $7 in the norm. Nintendo go push it to $80. We hear rumors about GTA 6 possibly being $100, $100 donos, Bitcoins. You get what I'm saying? To buy GTA 6, right? I don't hear nothing about no tariffs. The fact that the Mario Kart is $80, all Switch games are going to be $80 digitally is not a surprise to me, right? But I do want to go around the panel and actually get some thoughts because, in my opinion, number one, we all should have saw this coming. I don't understand why it's such a big surprise. I mean, we accepted the PS5 Pro for $700, and it wasn't. I'm sorry. Say what you want. I don't think it was enough of an upgrade to warrant an extra $200 on top of a PS5. So we kind of see where we're going with this. So this console is going to be $450, $500. Expect the PS6 to be $700 to $750. The next Xbox probably around that same price point. But B, I'm going to start with you. Is this just where we are in gaming? Or is Nintendo taxing? Because keep in mind, and I said at the beginning of the show, Nintendo was telling you, hey, brokey, if the Switch is too much for you, baby boy, we got a console that's already out for you. It's called the Switch. And you can get your broke ass over there and play the Switch because the Switch 2 is too much for you. Get a job, bozo. Is this just where we are in gaming, B? Or is Nintendo just taxing?
I have always felt that Nintendo moves a lot like Disney. They have a chokehold on our nostalgia. They have a chokehold on the youth. So insane, and then of course, the generation that grew up with it. If anybody was going to test it after what PlayStation, well, I don't even want to say PlayStation because it really was 2K with literal publisher 2K with NBA 2K. They were the first ones to come out with the $70 game. After that and seeing what 2K did with that, and then seeing what PlayStation leaned into with that, it definitely, for us to be completely surprised that Nintendo was going to come and raise it up just a little bit more just because they could. I mean, this is the company who sold us cardboard boxes. I say that a lot. This is the company who sold, who are successfully going to sell clocks, and they're selling us the Xbox 360 cameras as if it's something brand new, and they're offering buttons that won't work without a subscription. Like these are, I'm getting into a little much, but my point is, if anybody was gonna be a habitual line stepper, it's easy to see Nintendo was definitely gonna be the one to do it. Now, I'm still shocked because they are painting it with this whole new uplift. Like, hey, there's so much new for Nintendo. And that's it. It's so weird watching them try to package it. Like, it's just mind blowing things. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Wait a minute. Who said that they was getting a day one? Because I got to go to you. Who's trying to get a day one? Dan.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Dan. We're gonna go to Keith. Dan, is this where we are? Are you? So you for you saying day one? Because for me, day one is a big no. Down the line, maybe it'll never go on sale, but maybe I might feel it in my soul to buy. Right? You're saying day one, so the price of the console and the price of the games is not a problem for you. Why is this a day one? And why are you not scared off by what they're doing with the price?
Because like you've mentioned before, I think it's like we've seen this coming. It's not a surprise to me that the pricing is what it is. It hurts a little bit because it's Nintendo, and we're kind of used to Nintendo being cheaper. And I think that's why most people are like reeling, because they're used to the Switch being a cheaper option. They're used to the Switch being the alternative console because everyone has a PlayStation and a Switch, or an Xbox and a Switch, or a PC and a Switch. Now Switch is trying to be more of like that premium console that people are getting at, and it now features a lot of those premium features that we're used to with those kind of consoles. So a 450, 500 price tag seems a bit more reasonable. How easy is it for people to throw that $500 at a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, or the $700 for a PS5 Pro, which we absolutely don't need at all, but people are knocking doors down trying to get those things. So I'm not too shocked by the 450 price tag. It's a little bit more than I was hoping for, but it's also not unreasonable to me. The prices of the games, they've been talking about it for ages at this point, that the games are going to go up. Games are really fracking expensive to make. I get that, and I don't think the price is too unreasonable right now. I'm not a fan of the digital only aspects or like the carts with the digital key card. So I'm hoping that there's options
Yeah,
there,
that's
which I've
cool.
heard there are options.
Mm.
I will not pay $90 for a cart that has a key on it. I will pay $90 for a game that has a game on it.
Yep.
That's the difference for me. I will hopefully get the Switch day one, mostly because Metroid Prime 4. That's a big one for me. I'm incredibly excited for that game. I love the Metroid games and Metroid Prime specifically. So I'm super excited for Metroid Prime, and I'm really stoked to play that on the Switch too.
Is it weird that I still don't think that game is real? Because they didn't know. Did they announce an official release date, or they just said a window again?
I thought they said it was gonna.
You see what I'm saying? I still, for the life of me, do not believe that game is real.
Bayonetta came out though. So.
That is true. So I'll be quiet.
There's usually that game that gets me. Like I got the PS5 because of Demon's Souls. I got the PS3 because of Metal Gear Solid 4. I got PlayStation 4 for Dark Bloodborne. Like there's always that one game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was No Man's Sky.
My problem, Dan. I think, and I hear you a lot of stuff that you're saying, right? And you brought up a valid point, like the thing about the physical key on it, like that's bull crap, right?
Yeah,
I still think they're half stepping when it comes to having to have online. Like they finally bringing in game chat and chat, but you have to have an online subscription. Like so, if it's a free to play game, guess what? You're not chatting with nobody. I think that's complete crap.
That's also the norm now, though, too, right? Like you have to have an online subscription of some sort on PlayStation and Xbox to chat online. There's certain games. There's certain games that it's free, like Fortnite.
Yeah, he's talking about the free to plays. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, free to play. Like let's say Marvel Rivals goes over to Switch. Like I can't be in chat unless I have a Nintendo online subscription. I think that's bullcrap. I think that's something that people just we allow Nintendo, and I said it before, and I asked the whole panel. I said why do we allow Nintendo to persistently get away with what they get away with? We let no other company.
Why do we let Sony get away with the things they get away with?
No, that's true. That's absolutely. Y'all hear that? Dallas. Thank you.
Can I just say, like, I think we're talking about this, but like nobody's really bringing up like how politics has caused a ton of inflation in the past few. Getting into the nitty gritty of why there is a price hike.
And we should be live right now. Let me see. Hopefully we are. Let me know if it jumps, if we're good, if we're not.
We're good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We're back. We look a lot different, but we're back.
So now
Now
Dez was bringing up a point of the nitty gritty, and can you reiterate just to let the folks know?
I was just saying, if we're gonna have this conversation, we also need to talk about like the difference of the enhanced hardware and features compared to its predecessor, right? And then understanding how much that cost and how that cost goes into the full production of the game, if that makes sense. And then talking about where those products are produced.
And I'll say this because that is a very valid point. That is an extremely valid point. But I hate that scale is always taken out. Not just from you, but just in general. Like you got companies, it costs so much to make this game. But yeah, you're on average selling what
Wait, are we
Oh,
talking about the game or the console?
oh,
Because I'm
okay,
just
we
talking
could.
about the console.
Well, even with the console, right? Like their biggest advancements are advancements that have existed for almost 20 plus years.
Right,
So
but if
the
they didn't,
fan in it,
mm,
the
I
fan,
don't
and
know.
the fan's not even in the handheld; it's in the dock. So it's not even like the fan's going to be used. And who knows if they put high end fan? Because if it's not a fan that's going to be used religiously, let's be honest, are they going to put a high powered, high end fan? They're not even giving us Hall effect joysticks. So it's not even that they've made
They did
advancements.
redesign the Joy-Con controllers.
True, but they didn't make any of the current advancements in the sense of Hall effect. Like Keith, please help me out here.
I don't think they have to make them when it comes to people learning how to use them to create their product. Like, it is very expensive to make a gaming console, and I only know that because I know some people creating one, and they've had to pull back. Like, if they were to release it at what it is, it'd be $800 and it's a handheld.
Right.
So they're actually having to pull back on that to make it a lot cheaper. So $500 when you're thinking about it like today money versus when it first came out is not that huge of a jump.
Well,
I do have an issue with the games being super expensive.
Can I make a point here? I never thought
Yeah.
the console was too expensive. At
Oh,
no point,
okay.
at no point did I think the console was too expensive. I actually expected it because you got to think we live in a world where people are dropping.
Yeah.
I was just
yeah.
about to bring up the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people on
Okay,
average are
okay.
spending. So the idea of a $500, $600 handheld, that's not the problem. The
I was expecting
problem
to be
okay.
is
$500 at the jump.
that
I didn't
yeah,
think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I
no,
thought
I thought it
we
was
were
cheap.
discussing.
But
Okay.
when I'm talking price, I'm talking more so the game itself.
Oh,
Well,
got
that's
you.
a different
Okay.
story. That's Nintendo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And
I
then
thought the way you
and then
guys set it up
no,
is
I'm
that
so
you were
sorry.
talking
I
about the
want to, and
console.
I
Oh,
want
I'm
to be
No,
very
sorry.
clear, and I want people to
Okay.
hear me and hear me well. I think the price point is beautiful. Like that one, you get people feeling modern, even though the Switch does exist. You're giving people a large screen, you're giving people a higher quality, you're giving folks that feel of being able to compete with everybody else walking around with their Steam Decks and
Yeah.
claws
Mhm.
The
and
equivalent Steam Deck is priced more expensive than the Switch too.
do you see
anyways.
what I'm, so you
Mhm.
see what I'm
Yep.
saying? So like you're giving people that feel. My issue is you're giving the feel, but you're missing some of the basic things to make it a little bit better and not addressing the issues you've had with your past iterations. Like I'm thinking of
Mhm.
the Joy-Con issues that we ran into. Okay, cool, you're doing magnets, but now you're making it to where we're using the Joy-Con in more ways, but you're not giving us the one certified way that's going to be better and give the joysticks a longer life and Hall
Well,
effects.
supposedly they have improved durability if you research it. Like
Which is,
that's what
but
they
that's based
said.
on them because who else has it to compare it and tell us?
Well, we can't complain about that until we try it out ourselves, right?
But
I
I
also
can't.
think
Wait. I can complain about the fact that we know for a fact that a better option that doesn't necessarily cost more exists in the Hall effect joysticks, and they chose not to use it.
now I'm going to give you business 101. Why am I going to sell something that's going to not break versus me something that's going to break more and you coming back to us?
True.
They're not going to do that.
True.
No major manufacturer has given us Hall effect joysticks. None. Triggers. None. They're not going to do that. Even when PlayStation came out with their DualSense Edge, they're like, "Oh, we're not going to give you this, but we're going to give you this modular that you can just remove your joysticks when they break."
is
Like,
true.
all right, thanks.
This is true.
I thought
Features
Keith said,
ecosystem.
"I'm giving you bitches 101." I was,
Oh, that's my bad. I got him
Get
maxed
a
out.
pen and
I'm sorry.
pad.
I thought he said, "I'm giving you bitches 101." I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
"Well,
That is my
okay, Keith.
fault.
Tell us how you really feel."
My bad on the audio,
Oh,
guys.
you don't want to know how I really feel about this whole thing. So I'm just going to keep it quiet for a little bit.
No, we
No, but
actually
you-
do want to know how you
You
really
said it's a day
feel.
one. You said it's
Okay.
a day one.
Okay, well, here with the games, I don't like how Nintendo is getting away with this. I want people to voice their opinions and get up in Nintendo's face because Nintendo has come out and said something that other publishers have not said because they know they were going to get backlash. We're going to charge you $80 for our games, maybe more, because we feel that you should be paying us for how much it took us to develop the game. Wait up, hold up. Spider-Man probably took longer than half your games That's not our fault that you took forever to make Metroid Prime 4. Maybe if you stop switching back and forth between developers, it'd be out sooner. What about Grand Theft Auto
Dang.
6? How long has that thing been in development? You mean to tell us we're going to have to pay $600? I'm sorry, $200, $200 by your logic because you think you should be paid based on how long it took for you to make the game and how much you put into the game. You make your money back on the amount of games you sell. This is not new. So why are you acting like you deserve more when there's other games out there that are just as good as anything you make, Nintendo, maybe even better? But the problem is you got Nintendo stands that keep going to you saying, well, excuse me, folks, I am so sorry. Your shit don't stink. We love your stuff. We'll keep buying your stuff regardless. I'm sorry. Wait, what? That era of Nintendo has been come and gone. Nintendo that cared about you is gone. Literally, they're telling you that if you can't buy the Switch 2, then buy the Switch 1. What?
And you know when I knew old Nintendo was gone? When the Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild DLC. Season Pass. When they announced the Season Pass for Breath of the Wild, that I knew. I was like, "Oh, it's cooked. We'll never see Nintendo as Nintendo has been infiltrated by the West." like that's from that moment forward.
Everybody was gonna do that. They had to evolve, and
If it
I
hadn't
respect
happened
it.
already, it
Everybody
would.
does that. But when you take a page out of Sony's playbook and you're arrogant, Nintendo, wait, we got a problem now. You need to stop because don't act like you're the best because you got Mario and Zelda and Metroid. There are better games out there, my friend. Just that you got a bazillion Nintendo stands telling you otherwise. Let's not do this.
I want to shout out to the Sly Crow. I can't tell if this is sarcasm now, but the $2 super chat. He says Mario Kart World has new car and hero animations. Game dev is hard. Game development is hard. I can't tell if that's sarcasm or what. Mario Kart World, don't get me wrong. Mario Kart World looks amazing to me. I'm sorry. It looks really good.
It looks
I
really
just can't
good.
I just can't bring myself. And then y'all know me, even though people hate them, I'm still a big advocate of GameStop. I was like, oh, I would just trade in my Switch. Get a man. They're giving like 16 cents for your Switch now for the Switch 2, man. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth. It's not worth it at all. It breaks my heart to know that when $60 is a game on sale.
Yeah.
Keep this in mind also. Nintendo games never really go on sale. They never depreciate. Never. The game would be 5 years old, and it's still the same price.
Sony is beginning to do the same. Look up a brand new copy of Spider-Man 2 and tell me how much it is.
Same price.
Sony is doing the exact same thing. Because I went and bought Ragnarok at one point. It was way after trying to get Spider-Man 2. I was like, I'm not paying this much. Where's the deal?
None.
That's gone.
But at least PlayStation puts their games on sale more than Nintendo does. Nintendo's like, what? Oh, here's Mario Day. Here's $5 off.
Mario Day, where none of the mainline games are on sale.
Are we upset that Nintendo doesn't put their games on sale? I just want to understand.
No. It's just making observation.
I'm just trying to be like, I'm not trying to be funny. I really want to understand, like, is that really an issue? Like, just if you just buy a different game, like that's what I don't understand.
If you're a consumer, it is an issue.
That's what I was getting.
I'm a consumer too. Like I love Nintendo. I buy all kinds of Nintendo stuff, but like at some point, I'm just like, I'm not going to pay that much for that.
Exactly.
And this is the thing. We've all been gaming long enough to remember that once a game reaches its 12-month, and that's being nice. Like once it reaches that year marker, you can assume you're not going to ever pay full price for this game again. And we're slowly watching that world disappear, and they're doing it in front of us for reasons that make no sense. Because one, you're selling more copies at a higher price globally. Like
we talked about this before, and I brought up the fact that like back in the day when we played games, people were competing for space in stores. So it was about moving merchandise.
Yes.
They don't have to move merchandise if it's all digital.
And I'm with you. And that's the point, that just because they don't have to, don't mean as a consumers we should not be vocal about it being an issue. Because
absolutely.
And
but
that's
do
what
it
we're
with the
doing.
money. right? Do it with your money.
Yes, but we also need to be vocal because some people, you got a generation of folks who don't know. You got a generation of gamers who don't know that world. Like they truly do not know. You got to go look at Sekiro right now. Sekiro is still priced. That is one of the most expensive Souls-like games ever for some godforsaken reason. And it's always one of the most expensive ones. I have no idea why, but still any given day you're paying $50-$60 for this game like it's gold. And my worry is, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I fully understand because I'm with you. I fully understand that gaming is an expensive hobby, but we are running to the point to where we're going to price out. If games never drop in price,
this is what I'm
we're going to price out so many gamers. It's one thing to say, you know what, I can't afford to buy this game day one at $80. But you know what? I should be able to play it 10 years from now and still not be $80. We're going to go to the point where we're going to price out so many people from the hobby.
Play more indies. That's my answer.
Yeah, no, that's it right there. But my concern, Des, is somebody who cares about the space is we're seeing games go up and up and up. We're eventually going to see another crash.
Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, like, that's, but you know, you gave us 101 on business. That's the way it goes. Like they have to learn.
You know,
that's just how
you know,
it
it's
is.
another
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
kind of thing that nobody's been paying attention to is we buy if they move fully digitally, these licenses aren't transferable. So my 400 games, if I die, nobody's getting those games. And they don't care because preservation, a bunch of preservation stuff got struck down recently too.
Yep.
So like
the government doesn't care.
Exactly. You die. Who gets your Steam games? Who get nobody because they're yours. They're assigned to you, even though you pay.
My son, I got everything written down. Here you go. If I'm going, this is yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to do it yourself.
We got to put into the will for our digital content, and that's wild that we're in that space. And this is what gets me. And I know I'm talking way too much, and I'm so sorry because we got a panel full of people, and my voice is I'm just talking way too much. But I'm okay. I will be okay with an all digital world if you, and even with Switch too, if you're gonna give me a key, let me own the key. Let me own the key to the key. If I want to take that key and give it to somebody else, I should be able to. Fine.
That was my question with those key cards. Is that transferable?
Thank you, because it better be. Because if you,
I would imagine if it's on the cart, you can.
No, they are. They've already said they are.
Yeah.
I should be
But
able
this
to.
is not new. Steam did this a long time ago.
Xbox
where
tried it.
like when they first had it, you could give someone a game that you
Xbox
didn't want
tried it
anymore.
and got ostracized, and now
and then
here's
they
Nintendo doing it a decade later,
getting all the love in the world,
and it's okay.
Exactly. That's the point,
and that's the issue.
I think as long as
we know that.
the people in Japan are okay with it, they're going to continue to do what they want to do.
True.
I really think that that's what it is. And so if they're not the ones being super vocal about what's happening at Nintendo, they're not going to listen to us because they still have money coming in.
And this is, and you can
if
see
you're not
that
happy,
even with
vote
the
with
price
your
of
dollars.
But not even just that. That's 1,000% true. I agree. Vote with your money. But also what Des was saying.
I never want to hear somebody say that ever again. Voting with your money does not work.
Gamers are liars.
It does for me.
Liars. Hey,
I vote.
But no.
I vote with my dollars.
All the people who keep making remasters of The Last of Us because we keep getting more Last of Us. Like, stop buying The Last of Us. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Give me a different game.
Those are
They only
those
make it
people.
because people buy it.
I'm not saying that gamers aren't liars. I'm saying if you the people on social media are morally they don't have no. Everybody's up and down. Whatever floats their boat is what they're gonna say. Whatever is politically correct is what they're gonna say. You as a gamer at home, if you can't morally say this company has been abusing people of color and I don't want to buy their game no matter how much those pixels titties jiggle, something is wrong with you. It's a game. Go buy other games. I vote with my dollars in that way. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to go back on that. I'm saying, when I say that, I'm saying that is me. I vote with my dollars. Don't lump me in with these other people that say that.
Yeah.
You was about to make a point.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
With the sale of the console, with the pricing, them outwardly day one announcing and letting folks know, hey, it's going to be cheaper in Japan. So that further leans into what Des was saying. Like, hey, as long as our home is happy, everybody else, whatever y'all got going, you gonna buy it anyway. And this is why I call them Disney. This is why I say when Disney vaults movies, come on, bro. Like, how you gonna vault? How you gonna vault a movie? Like, how do you vault cinema?
This is gonna
That's
be
wild.
like a hot take, and I think it's probably gonna upset a lot of gamers or people who consider themselves gamers. But like, it's not. People don't find gaming important enough to not put their money in things. So I know we're like gamers are liars, but they're not really liars. If you don't have enough people making a movement, it's not going to happen. And gaming is not important enough to a lot of people to really make that movement. It's not something that's politically or like racially or religiously charged.
And
so
It
Go
would
ahead.
take more than the enthusiasts.
it would take more than the enthusiasts and the people who love gaming. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's the same, like, not even to get super political, but it
But
takes
it
more
is.
than Black people to talk about racism. So it's going to take more people than just gamers who are hardcore gamers to talk about these changes that need to happen.
We as gamers can't stop the everyday general consumer.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah. Because that's the majority. The majority of gamers are casual.
yep.
It's the entirely reason why the PlayStation 4 they came out and told you, hey, we're marketing toward the casuals, and that's why they made sure they had every casual marketing deal from Call of Duty to
Yeah.
2K to Madden.
And it worked.
They want to make sure that the casuals knew this is where you can get all of your games, and it worked because casuals, as much people say they're a hardcore gamer, majority of gamers are not hardcore gamers. The
Nope.
majority of us are
Casual
the
gamers.
majority of gamers are casuals, and The Last of
I
Us.
don't even want to say casual gamers. I hate that term. We're just gamers. I mean,
No,
I don't
no,
mind it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't mind it.
Everybody
I'm a
in this
casual
chat,
gamer.
I'm gonna
It's
be
used to
real
it.
with you. Everybody in this chat, if we on average play 10 plus games a year, different games a year, that's more than the average. Most people are not playing 10 plus
Versus
games
the person who
a
only
year.
plays Madden or FIFA every year or
Most
Call of
people are
Duty.
playing 3 games a year.
Or
Like,
just the
that's
biggest
kinda
game
what-
of the year.
yeah.
my son would disagree. He
But
would
that's
disagree
also why the
hard.
That's your
price.
son.
But your son's
That's
a
why the
gamer, bro. Like, they're gamers.
Exactly. See, that's my
You
point.
introduced them to it.
Yeah, like I look at my kids as casual, but even them, they're playing 10,000 whatever games on their tablets. But I don't know, man. You're absolutely right, Des. Like it has to take more than the enthusiasts, or like Dallas said, it takes more than the enthusiasts, because if it was up to us, the change would have been happened. Hogwarts Legacy would have been the won every award the year it released, because in every metric it crushed everything else. Like there's so many moments that don't. I mean, come on, we don't even get the proper fan votes in the game of the year categories.
That's,
But
don't you
yeah, I
already
know,
how
I
it
know,
goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
For time purposes, I'm going to have us pivot just a little bit. I do apologize. We're still going to stick to the Nintendo Switch because, in my opinion, it's not a big major game, but a very anticipated game is coming to the Switch as a Switch exclusive. Hades 2. I personally I get
Console
games
exclusive.
been
Yeah, console
exclusive.
'cause it is
It's a
like
console
PC.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Switch, yes. No PlayStation, no Xbox. I don't ever quite understand when a publisher or someone does it. Like, your original game is everywhere, and then when it's time for a sequel, you make it exclusive to one console. Is anybody
money.
surprised besides me? I mean,
Nope.
okay, I hear you. I hear the money. But
Mhm.
you mean to tell me that you couldn't make more than what Nintendo is offering you by also putting it on PlayStation?
So you're
One in the
thinking long
hand,
term.
one in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Like
Exactly.
Nintendo
You're thinking
offered them
long
up
term.
big
If
money
they
up
have
front,
the money up front for them to get the game done, then they're going to take
because they're
that
still
money
early
for-
access, right?
It's
I'm
$1 million
willing to bet.
now.
I'm willing to bet it's gonna be like 6 months because it doesn't make sense for sequels to go exclusive, in my opinion. That's always bothered me. Like, hey, our first game is everywhere. Our second game, yeah, you're only gonna get it here. I feel like you're cutting yourself off in the
Well-
knees when you're not putting it everywhere.
If you're trying
Well-
to sell copies, though,
No,
you're trying to sell consoles along with those
thank
copies.
you. That's what I was about to say.
Rather.
I think Nintendo probably pushed to land this deal and probably overpaid for Hades 2 in order to
Absolutely.
push the numbers of the Switch 2. Like, because
Because I
I
think
don't.
And I
There's
think
a-
that's true. I think
This was a game of the year
not
game.
only-
Or Hades
not only
1.
is that
I
true,
think you're
but,
missing something there, though. This was a partnership deal. the first Hades was a Nintendo Switch timed console release.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Mhm.
Okay.
So this was like, hey, we got this one and we got another one coming out. This is for you. And to be honest, the Xbox and PlayStation versions were better off because they got all the buzz and trap out. This is still an early access game.
That's all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas
People don't-
is about to make a
people
point. Go
don't
ahead,
know
D.
that.
Oh no, he shut me up. He was right. He got it.
Yeah,
He
My bad.
got it.
I'm gonna shut
No,
up.
you
now.
was right. Go ahead.
But just to point out, like, sequels being exclusives, it's probably because if they don't have a partnership, they needed the money up front.
that's a good point. I could definitely see them saying, "Hey, we need." Okay, that makes a lot more sense because to me, I usually see it the other way around.
you-
For example, no, that's not a good
You know-
example. But you usually see a game where it's exclusive at first and then its sequel it's everywhere, right? But the other way around, I always seems I'll look at it a little bit different. But I never thought about it from their standpoint. They might have been cash strapped, and we say it was Nintendo, but what if they went around and said, "Hey, who wants exclusive rights to this game?"
But this is Super Giant Games. They've been doing good for a while now.
But to kind of confirm that, the fact that it is releasing in early access means that they're still working on it, which means they still need money
Yep.
to
Got
finish the
bills
game.
to pay.
But the actual partnership that is doing what Barry said, like even though everybody wins there, as far as the companies go, the partnership that's really meant to move the consoles is the FromSoft.
Yeah.
That's
I was about to say that right there.
That's
So
the one that's meant to move
Explain why
units.
From Software is doing that. They're not ready
Because
for anything.
I don't.
at all, they just want to play. Like, listen, some people play for the love of the game. Sometimes you just want to make some art. You just want to experiment, see what you can pull out with these concepts you've been playing with. And I think that's exactly what's happening in Miyazaki's case. And Switch gets a exclusive FromSoft game for it. So
Which is wild.
somebody had to put the
In a
bread up.
dark way,
Wild.
isn't it kind of genius to partner with a game like that because it's going to test the hardware so much because people are going to get so angry.
The frames.
Yeah.
So you're going to get all the bugs out.
I mean, like, that's what
That
happened.
controller is going through a wall.
Ooh, do you
buy
think?
anything when it first comes out because I know that, like, the first people to buy it, y'all are the testers.
Xbox
But
Series
FromSoft
X?
games are
the final
usually
form.
pretty solid out the gate.
But we're talking about on a
I'm not talking about the
Switch.
game.
We're talking about
Of
on
it being
a
able to run the
You
game.
ever you ever grip the Switch
Yeah,
controller
that- you
so
know what I
hard?
mean?
when you're-
Yeah. Yeah, that's and you're right, Hugs. The controllers are gonna
You're
get tested
reminding
like
me of-
crazy.
When the Wii U got Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge.
Oh my
Like, why is this only on the Wii U? What the fuck?
Mm.
What if they're looking at this as a console mover and a tech test? Like hey,
Everything has a reason.
True.
Everything has a purpose.
I can see people buying this just to go, ha, we got this on the Switch and you don't.
Yeah.
I totally
Mhm.
see that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat.
Because that's going to go through the window, through the wall, through the floor. People are going to buy it and get
To the
pissed.
window.
Shout out to the chat and everyone who's been rocking with us so far, man. We still got more to go. I'm about to end the poll, but so far, 59% of the people who voted said they are not buying Switch 2 or going to attempt to buy the Switch 2 day one. Because you guys know people are going to do their best to scalp it and make sure that little Timmy doesn't get his. But if you guys still rocking with us, man, so far, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, consider becoming a channel member if you have not, because I know it's early. I do understand it's early. However, and Dan, I guess I want to start with you. Xbox did announce that their showcase is happening in June, right? June 8th. We're going to get the Xbox Game Showcase, and then we're going to get a Outer Worlds 2, which is going. Oh my God, I love the Outer
Coming
Worlds.
at me because you know I'm
We're
an
going to get the
Xbox-
Outer Worlds 2 direct right after. Dan, I got to ask you. It's early, but what are some of your expectations from the showcase?
Not super high. I'm fully expecting, like, Xbox and Microsoft has been doing a really good job of kind of keeping their things really tight. They did have a lot of really cool surprises in the January direct, like the new Ninja Gaiden 4. Ooh boy, Ninja Gaiden Black 2. Like, oh my God, like that blew my socks off. I wasn't expecting that at all. You know, Microsoft stepped up and now they're a publishing partner for the new Ninja Gaiden, which I'm really happy to see that Platinum Games is working with that and not just an internal Koei team, because Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That is
I
perfect too.
I'm gonna be like, I'm that person that comes to all these things like waiting for the things that I know will never happen. Then I'm just like secretly like, shucks. Like I don't I'm not that person going Silk Song, Silk Song, Silk Song. I'm the guy keep under bated breath going Scalebone, bring Scalebone back. I need Scalebone. Like that's never gonna happen.
He did it.
Somebody, it happened naturally too.
Yeah, we didn't even have to tease it.
Fane,
That
Fane,
is
you rolled the
hilarious.
net 20 today, man.
It was in my brain.
Bro, I'm gonna have to throw the dice.
You rolled the net
I
20
almost
today,
spit my
Fane.
drink
I rolled a
out.
17. We just skill checked luck. Bro.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I
Wow.
do want to say before I continue to swing it around, I
He did
think
that.
for this showcase, it's time for Microsoft. It's time to show us contraband. What is contraband?
Ooh.
Oh
To show
yeah.
off what they have. We know they have a game in works with IO Interactive, the Hitman developers.
That's
It's time to see what that is.
007.
It
They have
was
a separate game with
007 a
IO?
while ago, right? IO and 007?
No,
Yeah.
That was a thing.
but that wasn't the Xbox game. That
I
wasn't
don't
the
know,
Xbox
but I
game
just
they're
remember
working
that
on.
was a thing.
We got
Apparently, that game they're working with Xbox on has something to do with dragons.
I like dragons.
It's not
Spellbound.
Spellbound.
You know what I expect to see?
HR kicked out.
What I expect to see?
Okay, stop.
That Gears of War collection is real,
Mm.
and it's coming to PS5,
Oh, yes.
and that Halo 1 is getting redone in
On
Unreal
PS5.
Engine 5, and it will also be on
On
PS5.
Can I say?
Fully expected.
Can I go next, please? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So I think I was gonna say this is gonna be the showcase where they outwardly no hidden. It's gonna say at the bottom and on PlayStation 5.
Like everything's going out.
Everything,
to the-
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be, and they're gonna announce the definitive edition of Starfield. They're gonna release a definitive edition. Because like Johnny, shout out to Johnny Man, he pointed out last night that there hasn't been any formal updates since the DLC launch last year. And I was like, well, Fane brought up the point, also going off of that, talking about that it's because they're finishing up the PS5 version. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, because then they would announce a definitive version.
Maybe they're working on a PS5 version of Redfall.
Yeah,
get
gotcha.
Sure.
Like make it, and then it would be the biggest selling game ever on the PS5 store for
Right?
Like
They'd be like,
weeks.
this is great.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
PS5 fanboys be coming out in droves. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the best game ever.
But yes, so I think we're gonna get an announcement of the Starfield Definitive Edition, and it's gonna also announce it's gonna be a PS5 version, and the pre-orders are up now. And I didn't even think about the Halo and Gears. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that
I'm all for that.
And I really want. I'm gonna switch over to D. And you know what I really want? I think not that it's gotten quiet in a way, but I feel like the third-party support has had that been. If you get it, because it's
Damn.
way more for them now.
Wow.
With the Game Pass.
Stop.
To believe.
Screenshot.
Damn, you're
I've
like
been
again.
screenshot like crazy. I got them. Don't worry, guys.
And
You're living in a pineapple
Oh
under
my
the sea. Sponge,
The sea,
Bob, Square,
SpongeBob.
You will
Thanks.
say she leaving chop.
Look,
and
yo,
she-
Okay, you're good now.
Oh, you're good now.
It's
I don't
not your
know.
mic.
Okay, we bite.
It's Discord. I think
It's
it's
your
Discord.
internet.
I'm being honest. I really think it's
Yeah.
Discord. Just 100%.
oh,
Y'all got
am
a
I
tornado
good?
coming
You're good now.
again?
You're
Last
good
time
now.
your internet was doing that,
Okay.
a tornado was coming.
And it could be my internet.
Oh, no.
No,
No,
I was gonna say
streaming.
before I switched to Dallas. What I was saying was, before I switched to Dallas, that I feel like the third-party support for Game Pass has gotten slower, and that could be a lot because games are just more expensive to get put on the service. So I really do hope. Of course, we're going to every first-party game Xbox put out is going to be on Game Pass, right? But I'm really hoping we see more of a flood of even some really good indie games dropping, right? I think games like Balatro. What's this new game? Blueprints. It's been reviewed as one of the best review games of all time, the highest review game of the year, right? I think those are great, right? Keep up with those. And I think at the showcase, yes, show us the stuff you haven't showed us, but you gotta keep people involved with Game Pass, because that is your entire model.
Silk Song's going to be on Game Pass. Claire Expedition 33 is going to be on Game Pass.
That's gonna be
Oh, I
amazing.
forgot about that.
No, and And this is the problem. It's
Ninja Guidance on Game Pass.
Ninja Guidance on Game Pass. That was
Yes.
a day one drop. So they've been.
What's the first party game technically?
But I think that's a
According to
little
Xbox,
closer to the point too.
Ninja Gaiden is first party because of Xbox publishing.
Because like I
So
think
you're right.
we're not gonna have to worry about it too hard. They seem as if they gonna be killing it with the first parties in the near future. They have been already. Avowed was a thing. As a matter of fact, now that you do mention
Adamfall
Ninja
is a
Gaiden,
thing,
Adamfall is a thing.
which is fun.
South of Midnight is a
It's a
thing,
thing.
and I'm really,
First party,
really
yeah.
looking forward to Expedition 33. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really
I'm
looking
down
forward
for
to
that.
that game.
Yeah.
All of a
It
sudden,
definitely.
everybody cool with turn based. I was the only person still love a turn based game, and here y'all come
You
crawling
weren't
back.
the only
Hell
one.
no.
Well, no,
You want
Stay
to-
with y'all
this is an
action-based RPGs.
evolution of turn based.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited for it. For no other reason, the story could be booty trash. The evolution of turn based game, making it to where I have to actually pay attention to what's going on past paying
Mhm.
attention to a menu and stat, like where I'm legitimately
Because-
have to watch for timing.
Mechanically, that game looks like in the combat. It looks like a mix between what's the name of that game?
That-
I want to say the Persona series, but not the series fully.
Metaphor.
Dang, the new game, Metaphor. Yes, I'm saying it and I'm playing it. That's crazy. It's like a mix mechanically between Metaphor and, believe it or not, Legend of Dragoon.
With a lot like the action combat kind of aspect where you have to
Yeah.
press the buttons in time with things.
The quick time event. Yep.
Yeah.
That's one of the only games I had seen do that in just a purely turn-based format. And it's really
That's
cool.
a good point too. But keep going.
Yep. It's really cool to see that style come back, and I think they knew exactly what they were doing here. It's got like the Western JRPG thing, but I wouldn't say evolution necessarily. It's a thing that already existed, but I'm really glad to see that mechanic make a comeback in a modern game.
That's definitely fair. Hey, you know what? Now that you mention that, they are pulling from all the stuff that we enjoyed across RPGs, from the movement of the maps to just across the board. Like they just took all the stuff that we had fun with and are throwing it in one game, and it looks
And what's the
pretty. It
thing-
has great voice actors.
I'm you coming back to your RPG gamer roots, but what's the thing as kids playing these RPGs that we wanted the most? The one thing that they weren't able to give us: make the gameplay look like the cutscenes, and we live in that future now.
Ooh, well, don't forget about Lost Odyssey. Don't disrespect
I
Lost
was say-
Odyssey.
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Man, Lost Odyssey.
That
Oh,
transition,
bro.
that transition,
So good, bro.
that intro
cold with
transition holds up today. You could put that up
Yeah.
against any game today, and it looks just as
That
good.
would never get a remake or a sequel.
the
Never.
story as a
Bad.
whole, like yeah.
I like how we all immediately went to Lost Odyssey.
I booted up Lost Odyssey
Bro.
like 2 weeks ago. I played for 5 minutes and got an achievement that was 15 years in waiting.
Just boom, boom.
Dang.
But
Listen, we do got something we want to get to, but I want to go around the panel one more time. Any thoughts? I know it's early. We're going to have an official video podcast about this, but any expectations for this Xbox showcase for the rest of the panel? Any early expectations?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
That's
expect anything, but I do hope to see more first party stuff. And I do hope to see, like, Game Pass does tend to like cycle like a bunch of really good indie and like AA stuff. I really want to see them double down on it.
Hogwarts
I know
Legacy
some
should
people-
be in there, but keep going.
Yes, I know
Make
the internet's
PC
gonna be
Game
like,
Pass
oh, we don't want to see
sequel.
this. Oh my goodness, yes. But I know like a lot of the internet's gonna be like, oh, we don't want to see this, blah blah, show us new stuff. But like, there's certain games that I see just floating around the internet I would love to see in Game Pass. Double down on that initiative.
Den of Thieves, 10 Chambers, make it happen. Oh,
I want to.
They had
For the last
Katamari
part of the
Damacy
show-
games on there.
For that part of the show, I am going to swing things over to B.
we have to take some special time out and let this gentleman get his bars off because he has absolutely done something amazing. If you guys know
What you
anything
talking about?
about me, I love tangible media. Fearzine is not the only indie gamer magazine that I support. I mean, I got a bunch of them, but we're here to talk about this one, not only because he's here, but it's a very niche specific magazine, and it's solid quality. Like these bad boys are gonna hold up for a while. I love the covers.
Oh,
Please,
she thick.
yeah, no, you can hear it. Yeah, like
You
that.
know we like
No,
that.
No, and
issue
that's
two.
it,
She
like
thick
it,
like Emma Frost.
yeah. But no, it's the quality, and then not only that, just shining light on so many different indie games. I mean, you got everything from Mortuary Assistant to Mother, like Darwake, like Necrophysis. Like you have indie games that probably get lost on page 25 of Steam, and here it is. They're in physical, tangible form, getting love and support. And I want to pass this over to Dan. Please let the folks know all about Fearzine and make sure to drop any and all links you got and any announcements, please.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on the show, guys. I really appreciate it. I love everything you guys are doing with Level 1. I love you guys. Fame, I miss talking to you guys. Thank you for having me back on the show. A lot's happened for me since the last time I chatted with you guys. And the big one, of course, is Fearzine, a physical and digital magazine that focuses all on horror games, specifically with an emphasis on indie horror games. And we cover anything as long as it has some semblance to do with horror. I have people coming all the time to me like, "Oh, I'm working on this little game that's got like this and this elements, but I wouldn't really call it horror." I'm like, "Well, maybe. Like if it like there's cute horror, there's survival horror, there's psychological horror. There's so many different levels to it." And I'm like, we could probably find an angle for it. And like there's going to be reasons to talk about it. Like there's a game that we covered in issue 2 that I've never heard of, but somebody brought it to my attention, and I couldn't not acknowledge this game. It's free to play on Steam. It's called The Were Cleaner. Super cute, but super dark game where you play as a janitor who turns into a werewolf, and you have to try to like get around in a building and clean without getting seen. And if you get seen as a werewolf, your instincts make you instantly murder that person, and then you have to clean up the mess after yourself. It's adorable and it's messed up, and I love it. It's free to play on Steam. Go check it out. That's the kind of thing, like, you never know.
Is it like the art
I'm
style is
opening Steam
adorable
right
and that's
now.
what makes it cute?
The art style is adorable.
Okay.
Like, the character is really, like, he's really cute. Like, he's got, like, that really cute cartoony dog kind of look to him.
But he murders.
If you look it up, you'll see it. You'll know what I'm talking about. So anyways, long story short here, in the last 8 months, I was part of the original crew that started Fearzine. That I'm not the original creator, but the original creator then stepped down after finishing issue 1, and I assumed control, and then I was the lead and head of creating issue 2, and I am now in full creative control of the magazine going forward, along with my team, who I've compiled together making this magazine. And we did our Kickstarter for issue 2 back in October. We successfully got funded, reaching our goal of $5,000, which I used that money to pay my staff, pay my writers, pay everyone who contributed to this magazine, except for myself, but that's okay.
You'll get
because
there.
I care more about supporting my people.
Let's go.
And I can also thank Baron, because Baron was the one that pushed me to include a enamel pin. And my friend, my number 2 over at Fearzine, Maria, designed our little Nemi pin. He's a very cute, adorable little version of Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. And that was a special thing that we gave away.
So glad you did it, bro.
All thanks to Baron. That's all Baron's doing. So now we've finished issue 3. Issue 2 has all been out there. We're working on issue 3. Issue 3's Kickstarter is launching next Monday.
Let's go.
So you can go onto Kickstarter now and look for Fearzine Magazine issue 3 and follow for when we launch. Our goal now is lower, but our tiers that we have are different. So we're simplifying what we did, because before I had like dozens of tiers and everyone was like, this is too much, this is too confusing. So it's a lot simpler now. It's just basically the mag. There's the magazine, there's a digital version, there's a bundle. We also have a bundle that includes a game. So if you want to get a game along with your magazine, that's one to keep an eye out for. I won't give away what the game is yet.
Okay.
And that's it, pretty much. It's really simple. We're keeping it much simpler this time. We will include physical bonus goodies, but they're stretch goals now.
Okay.
So we only do
another
this.
pin in the works?
Yes, but it's a stretch goal.
Okay.
So everyone will get the stretch goals if we hit them.
Okay.
So that's the new take we're doing this time. Before, the physical goodies were tied to tiers, so you paid like an appropriate amount for the items. Now it's a stretch goal. If we hit those stretch goals, everyone gets them, ideally. As long as we can make sure to get to them.
Does the magazine come out?
That's something we're still working on. After I took over the magazine, my goal was to get an issue out before the end of 2024, which we did. Then when we got into 2025, my original goal was quarterly. Let me see if I can do quarterly. But very quickly I learned that's not really possible with our team and how big we are right now, because we're still really small and our funds are still very paper thin. So right now we're shooting for 3 issues. Issue 3 is lined up as long as we get the Kickstarter goal. We're going to release that magazine in May. Then issue 4 is already lined up, and issue 4 will hopefully launch sometime in the late summer. And then issue 5 ideally will launch by the end of the year. And we already have cover stories lined up for everything. I have bespoke art too. That's the other thing. I have bespoke art. This is key art for Nightmare Operator on issue 2. But issue 3 and going forward is going to be hand-drawn bespoke art that we pay and commission artists for.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. Make sure to please, folks, make sure.
I got links in the description of this podcast, and I also just dropped a link to the website right here. And that link is also in the description. Make sure you guys go and support. Dan, also I need a link to that Kickstarter, bro.
Yeah, we need the link to the Kickstarter so we can make sure and put it in here.
I will forward that over to you guys in a minute, and then I just wanted to.
Arcade, what's happening? Yeah, you forgot it was Wednesday, Chief. You're gonna come at the end of the show, but I appreciate. Hope you drop a like since you just came. Because again, guys, likes are free, subscribing is free. Support us if you can. We do a lot of stuff. Our website is now completely ad-free. LV1gaming.com is 100% completely ad-free. Nice. We're getting no coin from the website, right? So if you guys want to support us, help us keep them lights on, the support has to come here on YouTube because we're giving you guys the best experience we can on our website and Patreon.
We're the same way. Fierce Magazine is ad-free and will always be ad-free.
And it has
I hate
ads.
I will never do ads. I also want to promote my new podcast that I'm doing. It's called Building Horror, where I sit down and interview developers of horror games as well as people who just work in the medium. I just actually did an episode where I interviewed the voice actor Kirsten Rhea, who was the main character in Hollow Body, which is one of 2024's biggest horror games that came out in the indie space. It's very much a Silent Hill-like. If you enjoyed Hollow Body, you can check out that episode of the podcast where I talked to Kirsten and had an amazing, super nerdy conversation where we went down all sorts of awesome rabbit holes. And I'm really excited about how this podcast is going. It's getting a lot of good traction. I've got an interview with Jeffrey Tomac on mouthwashing, which is another huge game
that was a huge one.
in the horror space. And then I've got developers, big and small, kind of lined up. I've got new people coming on all the time. I've got deals working out with different publishers. We've had a great relationship with Dread XP. We're building a relationship with the Horror Game Awards. We're working with the Horror Game Awards because we want to work with people in our space. We don't want to work against them. We don't want to step on anyone's toes. We're all about collaboration and not competition. And we're talking to all new people all the time.
More people were like that, but that's all I'll say.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
And that's what folks seriously, we are not paid for this. Believe me when I tell you, we are not paid for this. We are not in their budget. But I am a firm believer in physical media, and especially within the gaming space and where things are going, and to the quality alone with this. You guys, the stories, the introduction in the games, you probably would have never heard of. This is
I want to go off of this because everyone talks about how impressed they are by this magazine. I have no formal training on how to make a magazine. I've never done it before, and this is what I made.
It's amazing. No BS.
I went to school for it, and I'm very, very impressed.
I'm not the greatest when it comes to design.
When he flapped it, was oof.
It's quality. It's quality. It truly is, guys. So please,
glossy pages, and that's expensive.
Go out there and support it, guys. And they make.
I wanted to again. Again, all the links for Dan, his Twitter, his entire link tree, and for Fearzine magazine.com is in the descriptions, also in the chat. Make sure you guys go over and support my brother, show him some love and everything he's doing over there. Listen, we got lots of content that's been posted at LV1gaming.com. I even posted a review. I haven't done a review for a game in a good while. Thank you to Xbox and Compulsion Games for hooking us up with South to Midnight. We are a little bit behind because we got backlogged. We do have a small team and we have lots of games to review. Baron hit me with like 3 different games I'm supposed to be reviewing this past couple of days. So I'm super excited about, getting to work and working. But again, all this is made. Oh, there's the kick. Let me get that link. All this is made possible. Everything we do is made possible because of the support you guys show. So please, if you guys can, become a channel member. It helps us continue to do what we do at LV1gaming.com and here on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, you wonder who keep posting all them Pokemon videos, it's me. It's me. And they not stopping. So yeah, y'all gonna get game reviews and Pokemon videos. Deal with it. Listen, with all that said, we're gonna get up out of here. Thank you again for Dan for coming through, Keith for coming through, the whole panel, Dallas, Dez, Hugger, and Baron. I have to remind Baron that when it's time to end the show, he got to end the show. Shout out to the chat, Geek Life Mike, who says Backlog Barbarians.
Oh yeah, this week.
Sunday?
Oh yeah, that's this Sunday. Backlog Barbarians. We are definitely back. We're gonna be talking about again Balatro, South of Midnight, and whatever else games people are playing and or need to finish.
If I missed it, folks, I'm sorry. Arcade, Natalie, Ender, Sly Crow, everybody who came through and rocked with us, man. I appreciate that. Nisa who came through, Stroll who came through, Opus who came through, Drake who came through, everybody who came through, rocked with us today. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, hit that like button.
Drop the Kickstarter link.
I dropped the Kickstarter. It is in the description, and now it is also in the chat. Again, thank you for our guests for coming through. With all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up. This was Love World Gaming Podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Support physical media.
Physical media!